welcome back to the channel. This video is a Q&A and a name reveal for the new piggy who has been with us for 3 weeks, 3 whole weeks now. And if you don't have a clue what I'm talking about, then I recommend you go and watch my previous 2 videos. I'll link them down in the description below, including the last one, which was our adoption vlog. You can see him at the moment we picked him up from the rescue, going in the new cage, all of that stuff. It's a good one, so I recommend giving it a watch. But following that video, there were still a few unanswered questions, and I also put it to you guys to comment below and ask any questions that you wanted to, all about him. So we have a set of questions to get through, and we also have a name reveal at the end of the video, so stay tuned for that. And our first question was, what breed or what type of piggy is he? Now, some of you recognised, and I did realise as well from the photos of him, that he is a Lunkaya piggy. And this is the same breed as Lyra. And thank you to all of those who mentioned Lyra in the comments. It really touched me that you all remembered her and kind of said he reminds you of her. It was so sweet, and I really appreciated that, so thank you guys. As you know, Lyra was a very, very special piggy to me. Him being a Lunkaya, the same breed as her, was one of the reasons why we completely and utterly fell in love with him and had to adopt him there and then. And in case you don't know about Lunkayas, they are a long-haired breed, and they have these sort of corkscrew curly hair, which is kind of comes forward and up above their head almost. They have a pretty crazy hairdo, and they actually have 2 rosettes on their rear as well. And he does remind me of Lyra, although of course he's different in his own way. But in particular, his little cute piggy lips, the little pink lips, remind me of Lyra so much, and that's just something a little bit special. So yeah, Lunkayas are gorgeous, pretty piggies, but they are high maintenance. They do require a lot of grooming and extra care over the short-haired or the rough-haired breeds. And I have actually already had to give him a bit of a bottom trim, so we will look at some footage of that whilst I get onto my next question. And that question is, how old is he? So his age is estimated, as of course he's a rescue piggy, but the owner of the rescue put him between 4 and 6 months old, and I would tend to agree, or maybe a little bit older, and the vets kind of agreed with me as well. He definitely has some more growing to do, and he doesn't feel as large as he looks. Certainly when you pick him up underneath all of that hair, you can tell that he has a little bit more growing to do. Moving on now, and I'm going to combine these 2 questions, and they are, how long did it take him to recover from when he was found, and did he have any health problems? So if you've watched the adoption vlog, you'll know that he is a rescue. He was abandoned at the side of a road. His cardboard box was kind of next to him, but all chewed up and sodden, and he was just kind of living by the road. He was found by litter pickers, and fortunately they knew someone who knew the rescue, so he was able to get into the right hands quickly, and thank goodness he was, because he was in a very sorry state. He was basically in shock. He was cold to the touch. He had blood around his nose, and the blood thing could point to health problems, but he was checked over by the vet. He was given a course of antibiotics more as a precaution rather than anything else, and he didn't have any respiratory problems, so it was thought it could have been due to some sort of trauma. Maybe he'd been attacked by an animal, but there wasn't any other injuries on him. So the blood around the nose thing remains a bit of a mystery, and he hasn't encountered any health problems since he was brought into the rescue, or obviously since he's come home with us, which I'm really thankful for. And as for how long did he take to recover, well, he actually made a bit of a miraculous U-turn. The owners of the rescue weren't sure whether he was going to make it through that first night, but he surprised them all, and he did. He's a little miracle piggy, and he was still with us the next morning, and he was munching on his hay and his vegetables, and in their words, he was acting more like a normal piggy. So Thankfully, he was kind of okay by the next day, but still not quite right. So then he was checked over by the vet. He had his course of antibiotics. I think it would have been like a few weeks before he kind of was up to a good body condition and kind of eating and acting completely normally like a healthy, happy piggy. So he had been at the rescue for a month before he came to us, and at that point they were ready to adopt him out. So they felt like he was completely healthy. Okay, next question, and this is a burning question that I know many of you will be wondering, and it's also one that I kind of alluded to in the adoption vlog, but I never got round to explaining myself, so I'm sorry about that, guys. But the question is, why is he in a separate cage? What's the deal with that? And when will I be introducing him to the girls? So the reason he is separate is because he is not yet neutered. So this goes back to me contacting the rescue for the first time about adopting him. And I kind of said, obviously, I'm in love with this boy. We've been looking for a long-haired piggy for so long. Can I adopt him? Is there a way to reserve him? And also, if he's not yet neutered, which I suspected he wasn't, I'd be happy to take him and get him neutered through our own vets. And I really didn't know what they'd say, but they actually turned around and said, you know what, you'd really be helping us out if you could do that. So by taking him on when he's not neutered, it frees up cage space at the rescue. It means that they don't have to cover the costs of the operation because I'm happy to do that. So that's why he's separate. He will be getting neutered. It's a kind of condition of his adoption. So there is going to be a neutering vlog so you guys can see kind of start to finish the process, what the operation is like, what preparation I do, and aftercare and all those sorts of things. So it'll be good for anyone who's following his story, but also if you're interested in getting one of your piggies neutered either now or in the future. I've learned a lot so far. He's not neutered yet, but he will be very, very soon. So keep an eye out for that video if you're interested. And kind of in relation to that last question was, will I be expanding their main enclosure? Now this is also something that I've been a bit ambiguous about, and basically yes, I hope so. And this does tie into some other news we have, but that I'm not quite ready to reveal yet because it's a bit up in the air. You might be able to work out what it is, but yes, the answer is I really hope to be able to expand their enclosure, offer them a much bigger cage for when he joins them or shortly afterwards. So yeah, all being well, there's some big changes coming, so do keep an eye out for future videos. And the next question is, how is he so cute? Now I don't know how he does it, but he is utterly adorable. So let's have some footage of him whilst I move on to the next question. And that question is, can we tell just by his personality so far what his place might be in the herd? From what I've seen so far, he does seem like quite a confident boy, especially weirdly, kind of later on in the evening, he becomes a lot more active. And yeah, he seems quite confident, so I kind of suspect he might be that way around other piggies as well, but you never know. But the rescue did say something, and that was that they felt like he was getting bored all by himself, so they had a go at introducing a younger male in there, but it didn't work out because our boy was too dominant, too confident, didn't like sharing his space. So that could be a little concerning. However, usually a neutered male with females does work out, so I'm not too worried. I do, however, think it will not be as easy as a bond as we've had before. But you really never know until you try. Phoebe is the dominant one, so I anticipate that him and Phoebe are probably going to clash. But fingers crossed they will choose to live alongside each other in harmony. Moving on to our very last question, and that is, of course, did you change the name? So his rescue name is Nugget, which, although I really like the name Nugget, I think it sounds super cute, and we had been calling him Nugget as well, so it sort of resonated with us. We decided to change the name in the end, and I know a lot of you said, oh, keep the name, I really like it, so I'm sorry, but we did decide to change it. And also, I didn't expect so many of you you to comment and offer name suggestions as well, which I thought was really, really cool. And I'm going to read out some of the name suggestions I had. So we had Sergio, L names that kind of tie to Lyra, such as Leopold, Leonard, Lucky was a nice one, or we had Clay, we had Marcus, which is funny because that is the name of my boyfriend. We had Mac, Noodle, Rumble, which is so cute. We had Milo, Einstein, a Pichu, Griffin, Muffin, Albert, also like Einstein, and Brioche. So those are all such lovely names. Thank you guys for putting in that thought and offering your name suggestions. I really do appreciate that. The name that we've gone for isn't one of those. However, it does sort of link in with various aspects, including his old name, Nugget. So, drumroll please, the new name is Nacho! Yes, it is Nacho. In case you didn't know, and I didn't know myself, Nacho is actually a Spanish name. So it kind of refers back to Pedro or Pedro. Nacho is a Spanish name. It's also obviously a type of food. And everyone loves nachos, and you can't help but love him. So he's a Nacho in that respect. And it's also kind of quite a cute, cheeky sounding name, and it seems to fit his personality quite well. So once again, guys, thank you so much for all your comments on the previous video. Let us know what you think of the answers that I've given in this video, what you think of the footage of Nacho, what you think of the name. Hopefully not too many of you don't like it. But yeah, let me know in the comments below, and we will see you very soon. We'll be back with the neutering vlog next. So look out for that one. Give us your best wishes for his neuter, and we'll be back very soon. Thanks for watching, everyone. We'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.